So the MLB trade deadline, after what happened last night, might be thrown into complete chaos. Here's why. Haven't heard Lucas Giolito was traded from the White Sox last night to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. And so Angels, once they pushed Shohei Ohtani once they took him off the market a couple hours prior, it was pretty much proof that they were going to become buyers at the time. And they've already started. They acquired a starting pitcher. They also got, I forgot his name, it was Reynaldo Lopez or somebody like that, a reliever as well, a right-handed reliever. So they got a starter and a reliever from the White Sox. Okay? But that's not why it might throw the deadline upside down into chaos. The Angels forked up their number 2 and number 3 prospects for rentals. And that that is going to set an insanely high asking price for starting pitching. So anybody who wants the other starting pitchers, that's probably going to be the floor, or at the very least the starting negotiating point. Remember last year when the Mariners played a ridiculous overpay for Luis Castillo? Nobody was offering even close to it. Okay? And there were some people, oh, the Yankees didn't get. This is why they didn't get Castillo, okay? Nobody, the Dodgers, the Mets, the Braves, nobody was paying that ransom that the Mariners paid. And I would still hold short of judgment. Let him take him to the World Series. He got hit pretty hard by Houston last year in the playoffs, Castillo. So I wouldn't reserve. I would reserve judgment for a little while. He's got several years left. But that pay, that overpay that the Angels gave the White Sox last night is going to set a very high and asking price, a standard for teams that want pitching. Okay, the Yankees need a pitcher, starting pitcher and the reliever. I already suggested that. I mean, if I'm them, I'm calling Pittsburgh right now, asking about David Bednar and Mitch Keller, who are on the trading block now, who are under control until 2026. That's going to cost even more than Giolito and the reliever and Lopez. So, but the flip side of that is the Yankees can also afford now to put Luis Severino and maybe even Domingo Germán on the market and potentially get a decent amount for him, maybe get a little bit more than they expected. And this is the other thing too. Okay, they could be good backup plans for a lot of teams who don't want to pay a ransom for a rental or an average pitcher. They can come. Severino's got a big arm. Germán's got a perfect game this year. So, and they might pay a little bit less than they would get, less than a ransom, but it could be very likely be more than the Yankees would originally were going to get for these guys, and if they were going to think about trading them. And now we're hearing reports that the Yankees are leaning towards being sellers. Okay, no, excuse me, buyers. They're leaning towards buying, and how could they not? Aaron Judge is projected to come back on Friday. It's not going to be 100%. He already said that himself. So yeah, they need to buy. They need pieces. You can't just assume that Judge is going to be the equalizer, even though I'd take 80% of Judge over 100% of most other players any day of the week. He still has a toe problem. So, and until he's 100%, Yankees going to be treading a fine line here. So, but let me know what you think of this, okay? We're going to hear a lot more stuff. I mean, there's no Yankee game today, but I'm sure there's going to be more chatter, speculation, rumors, maybe even a couple of trades, maybe some breaking news. So be sure, if you haven't done that yet, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button if you enjoy the content. That way you don't miss anything that happens in the next 4 to 5 days, because it's going to be absolutely nuts. But the asking price, or what the ransom that the White Sox gave up, and I'm not even that the Angels gave up, and I'm not even sure that the White Sox asked for that. Maybe that was what they offered, especially since they took Ohtani off the market and they wanted to strike right away. And they're also in the market right now for Jeimer Candelario for third base. So expect them to make more moves, because they're going to try to make a deep run here. They're not done yet. So I expect Candelario to probably go there as well. Maybe even another starting pitcher. We'll see. But that's an insane price to pay for rentals. So just saying, don't be surprised if less pitching trades or less trades for pitching happen because of these ridiculous asking prices. So again, if I'm the Yankees, this is a prime opportunity for them to get. They have 2 sellable guys here. Then maybe they can get more than they thought of, which is still not a ransom, but doesn't need to be. They could move them and maybe get something in return, whether it be salary cap relief, prospects that they could package in another trade for a bigger piece. So, but I'll believe it when I see it, when I'm hearing that the Yankees are leaning towards being buyers. Buy now. Don't buy 5 days from now. This is what happened last year. Okay, you waited. You got beef for soda. You got beef for other folks. Let's not do that again, please. So load up the comments, gang. Let me know what you think of this, because it's an interesting one. I was surprised at this trade last night. I think a lot of folks were, and it's, these are the types of exchanges or trades that can alter the market because of what was traded, what was given up for these players. So expect some chaos, gang. Buckle up, get ready for a ride. Let's go.